Hey there, welcome to Jackie Talks Horror. I'm Jackie, and today I'm diving into a spoiler-free review of Honey Bunch, a Shudder original that started streaming earlier this year around February and March 2026. Just a quick heads up that I'll be using images and trailers from the film in this video, and there'll be links to the trailers in the description down below. So I haven't seen much talk anywhere about this movie, and when I watched it, I was absolutely amazed at how engaging the story is, how brilliant the acting is, not to mention the beautiful setting. Now, I'm not saying this is an absolutely amazing 5 out of 5 film, but with how good it is, it definitely deserves to get more attention than it's getting. So let's dive into it, starting with the cast and characters. There are 3 main characters in the film. They are Diana, played by Grace Glowicki. Diana's the focus of the film. She wakes up from a coma after an accident and doesn't have much memory of what happened. As she recovers, she gets some strange flashbacks that don't add up and tries to piece things together about what is real and who she can trust. As the audience, we pretty much keep with her most of the time, so we don't actually see what others are up to if she can't, which puts you firmly in the same uneasy mindset she is in. Glowicki is absolutely brilliant in this role. She does an awesome job of capturing the physical and mental side of Diana's recovery, especially as some memories return, causing her a lot of confusion and doubt as to what is going on. Next up, we have Homer, played by Petrie. He's Diana's husband, and seems a very nice, supporting and loving man. However, he shows some strange behaviour that lead Diana to think he's not being 100% honest with her about what's happened and why she's there. Petrie throws himself fully into the character. You can feel that Homer really loves Grace and seems to be holding something back. We're never quite sure whether that's for good reasons or something more sinister. Now these two had spellbinding chemistry, and no wonder. Glowicki and Petrie are married in real life and have frequently collaborated on projects together. Seriously, once I found that out, it all made sense, how they managed to feel so right and comfortable together. And finally, we have Farah, played by the always awesome Kate Dickie. Farah runs a retreat Diana's recovering at, and seems extremely friendly, warm and supportive, and completely focused on helping her patients heal. But this is Dickie, right? So of course there's an edge to it. She always does seem to play roles that have the air of mystery about them, and this role is no exception. There are a few other characters worth mentioning, such as Farah's husband Delwyn, played by Julian Richings, adding an extra layer of unease to the atmosphere, and Jason Isaacs, bringing his usual gravitas as the father of one of the other patients at the retreat. Those two aren't the main focus, but they do play fairly significant roles. So now, let's have a look how the film handles its plot and pacing. The IMDb plot synopsis reads, when Diana wakes from a coma with memory loss, she and her husband seek experimental treatment at a remote facility. As the procedures intensify, their marriage is put to the test, and Diana begins to question her husband's true motives. This is a very story and character-driven film, and so it's deliberately paced. But it's one of those films where it reveals something new every 15 minutes or so, and we're left trying to piece things together pretty much as Diana is remembering and learning things about her past. So it's almost 2-hour runtime flies by, and before you know it, you're into the absolutely nuts final act. Next, let's have a look at how the film is put together. Directed by Madeline Sims-Fewer and Dusty Manselli, who previously directed the very intense, revenge-driven psychological horror Violation from 2020. So you already know that these are filmmakers who are comfortable exploring difficult and often uncomfortable relationships, and you can feel that running all the way through Honey Bunch. The film has a strong 70s-inspired look, and it absolutely goes all in on that aesthetic. Everything felt so right for the 70s, with a slightly gritty, almost graded texture that really adds to the atmosphere. And the remote retreat surrounded by nature gives everything that slightly isolated, almost controlled feeling that really adds to the unease running through the film. The score is also absolutely fantastic, very much in line with the 70s and 80s style, and feels so right for the film. One of the standout elements here is the film's practical effects. It actually won Best Special, Visual and makeup effects at the Sitges Film Festival, which gives you an idea of the level of work on display. The makeup and prosthetics were amazing, especially when it came to the patients at the retreat. Their injuries felt believable, which helped sell the reality of what we're seeing. Alongside that, Diana also had memory loss and distorted perception, which was signified by visual distortions and light digital enhancements, as well as editing tricks, like surreal transitions and jump cuts, and it all works together to create a world that feels grounded but slightly off at the same time. So now we've looked at the story, characters, and how the film's put together, let's break down how Honey Bunch stacks up with my ratings. For cinematography and soundtrack, the film gets 4.5 out of 5. It's beautifully shot, with stunning scenery and settings. The soundtrack is fantastic and adds to the movie's placing in the 70s perfectly. For visual effects and gore, the film gets 4.5 out of 5. The film leans into practical effects in a way that makes the horror feel uncomfortably real, with digital touches used sparingly more to distort reality than to replace it, and it all works perfectly. For characters, the film gets 4.5 out of 5. All the cast were really good, but the main three, who played Diana, Homer and Farah, are absolutely phenomenal. The performances of the actors carry the film, and they make it easy to stay invested in the story. For enjoyment and rewatch value, the film gets 4 out of 5. This is a gorgeous movie where things gradually ramp up in tension, culminating in a final act that's completely bonkers. For me, I think this is rewatchable, as the characters are so engaging that even if you know all the twists, it's one of those films where I think you want to watch it again to see what, or if you missed any clues the first time round. For personal score, this is a 4.5 out of 5-star film. This may not be a blockbuster or a must-watch at the cinema, although I would definitely get a ticket if it ever does show, but it surprised me, left me thinking long after it ended, and kept me guessing right up until the final moments. It's a shame that this didn't have more marketing. It really is a gem of a film, the kind of horror that lingers in the mind. So that's all for this video. Have you seen Honey Bunch? Did you expect it to play out the way it did? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and remember, this is only my opinion of the film. It'd be a boring old world if we all like the same things. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. This is Jackie signing off. Take care and see you next time.